Well, hello and welcome again to River Valley Farm. So if you watched the last video, I said I was going to clean it out, clean the twine up off of it and all that good stuff. So anyway, I did that. Next up on the list, of course, is trying to figure out what's going on here. I've already got a pretty good theory on that. But anyway, I'm going to see if we can get this set up where you can watch what's going on here, and that should do. So anyway, I'm going to put my finger on the side of the knotter frame here and pull up. And it's going to stop right there. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing to the other knotter. Just like this. Pull up. And it doesn't stop. It just goes right on. Okay, I mean, I could tip this one completely over to there where it starts turning everything else. Okay, no problems. But this other one over here, on the other hand, we get up to right there, and that is it. We get to right there, and that is it. That's not good. That's not what it's supposed to do, right? So anyway, I really don't know what it could be. Or well, okay, I know what it's not. All right, we've done, or I replaced the knife arm in this knotter the other day when we were trying to get this thing to run because it was locking up. So that's going to leave us with, well, this whole knotter frame basically, and this gear wheel, whatever you want to call it, right there. You know, I've looked at this ramp here, at least that's what I call it, is a ramp inside of here, and you know, while it's worn, it's not really any different than this one is. You know, it looks like it should be okay. So I guess for anybody that hasn't watched, what this thing would do is it would, you know, you'd get it strung, and let it run. You know, you could run it sitting still forever basically, but then you'd start moving and feeding hay into it out of a windrow, and it would drop the twine and leave you hung out to dry. All right, anyway, where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? All right, so as I was saying, you know, let's see, the knotters, or this knotter, the inside or the right hand knotter, whichever way you want to look at it, would miss a bale, drop the twine, and then of course after it drops the twine it won't tie anything, right? But anyway, it would miss a bale, then it would miss two bales, then it would drop the twine completely and leave you, you know, wondering why did this happen. So we had this problem where it just kind of gets up here so far and locks up, which if you raise the knife arm up a little bit, it doesn't do that anymore. So anyway, we replaced the knife arm because of the parts baler out there. I went and took the right hand knotter's knife arm off of it and put on this baler here. Figured, okay, that's got to have it. Well, that didn't quite have it because we still have the same issue. I don't really know. You know, basically we're down to swap gnostics to see what happens. I tried, you know, I swapped the knife arm, and it didn't help a whole lot, obviously. And anyway, as I said, it didn't help a whole lot to swap the knife arm. Didn't do anything, as a matter of fact. So I guess now we're down to what else could we replace to make it work right? Now we have other options here. We've got the knotter frame itself, which is this. Well, you know what? I need to find some place to put my light where I can. Anyway, we've got the knotter frame, which is this piece right here, which carries your twine arm and all this stuff. Probably would be the easiest thing to change out, other than I don't know if it's really going to help. And it's a lot of work to get to it, or at least it looks like it's a lot of work to get to it, because you pretty much have to take this whole mess off of here and unstack it to get to this one, to get to that piece. The next thing in is this, which that's the ramp that actually moves the moves the knife arm into position to cut the twine and pull the knot off of the bill hook. And again, this thing runs just absolutely beautifully smooth. I mean, absolutely beautifully smooth if you just put a little bit of pressure on the knife arm up. I mean, it goes right around, does everything it's supposed to do. And I don't think that there's a bushing in here. And the irritating part of it, really, hopefully we can set this up where you guys can see what I'm talking about. So anyway, we're going to look at this, the problem knotter, and you can see how much that moves, right? Okay. Well, if you turn around here and look at the knot problem knotter, it does the exact same thing as far as up and down motion is concerned. You know what? I'm really beginning to wonder if I don't have an issue with this bill hook, if that's not the whole problem. I think that's what the issue is. I wonder if that bill hook is bent. That is why we're having all this trouble. Okay then. We're on to something. We're on to something. So, at least that bill hook would appear to be bent. I guess we'll have to take it out of there and see. Alright, so one bill hook. Pretty simple little piece once you get it out of there. Anyway, there is this. I don't know how well you can see that against my black nasty fingers, but anyway, this 3/16 pin, 7/8 inches long, that goes through the gear right here and through the shaft of the bill hook, and that is all that holds it in there. So that being said, now I need to go out to the parts baler and get a bill hook from it and see what, if any, difference we may see here. I hope there's a noticeable difference. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So this is my bill hook from the one, and that's the one from the other one. This is obviously a newer or different style, anyway, bill hook. So newer or different style. So anyway, I hope I'm offering a fair representation here of the difference, but I can see it. But then again, this pin is chamfered on the end and that one's not. But anyway, I don't know. I guess about the only thing we'll be able to do is put this one in and try it and see what it does. But first, Gonna have to see if I can get this little guy right here freed up and turning, or maybe, yeah, I don't think you can take those out. But anyway, we're gonna try this bill hook, but this roller's not working right now. So we gotta try and fix that. And then this one, I don't know how those even on there, something, kind of a little weld job there or something. So anyway, let me see if I can get this broke loose without destroying anything, and then hopefully we'll be able to move on. Okay, so little roller rolls, jaw still works. I cleaned the shaft up with emery cloth. You know, there's a lot of differences in these things, and you know, height wise here, I'm honestly beginning to wonder if I don't need to just cut this end down just a little bit and this one would be okay. But I don't think it was actually contacting anything, but you can see where someone has ground on it before. So that's sticking out a little bit too far, plus on top of a bunch of other little knick-knack problems. Like a thing not tie, I'm sure. So anyway, I'm gonna put this old bill hook in out of the other baler and see what happens then. It's got to work better, right? Okay, so just for sake of argument, we put the bill hook in, and now to see if it works or not, right? And there it hangs. But that time it slid right off. So anyway, it's not catching by much now, which is an improvement. There is nothing for them to be hitting on, nothing the bill hook can hit on the length of the shaft. I mean, yeah, if it was an inch too long, it might be a problem, but that's pretty much it. And then this one is still smooth as glass, basically. I just really don't know what else to try. Sort of trying to come up with a shim. I mean, you know, it's old, it's tired, it's worn, but is it really? All that bad as far as how much play is in here. I mean, I don't know. Short of mixing and matching everything from one knotter to the other, I don't know really what else to do with it. So that being said, I've got another issue here that I see. Might not be too much of a problem, but anyway. They're telling me it's supper time, so I think I'm going to quit for today. And then we'll try and run this thing tomorrow and see what happens then. I'm pretty much kind of at the point now to where I don't know if this is actually even a problem or not. It's one of those, it's so hard to tell what's going on when, you know, you could set it and it'll bail 10 bales. It'll sit still and bail forever. But then you start moving it and then something's moving around on it, obviously, and throwing things out of adjustment, and it's not working. Pretty much guarantee you that every time this thing will miss a tie, there's a big clunk on this that I cannot explain, and that is part of the tying issue. Whenever you hear that clunk, it's not going to tie. It's going to miss on this right-hand knotter. So, that being said, again, we've got other small problems in here that need to be dealt with, like, you know, my plunger knife is, you know, we need to play with the shimming on it a little bit and see if we can get a little bit better. The bottom of it is kind of tight, or kind of loose, and the top of it's kind of tight. So anyway, but is that to do with the knife, or is that to do with a bearing on the plunger? I don't know. All kinds of problems and all kinds of questions, and not a whole lot of answers in this one, guys. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll try again another day. I'm gonna attempt to fix it before I say I've had enough and send it off to China. So again, thanks for watching. I'll be back over here tomorrow, and maybe there'll be less mosquitoes. Maybe.